What is going on, guys? We're out here with the 21 TC250. I've never ridden one of these things before. I haven't ridden a Husky with a lowered suspension before, so we're gonna see how that is. We're gonna be putting out a lot of content on this bike, most likely. So if you want to see more content on this, please leave a comment down below and tell me if you want to see more of it. If you don't, tell me you don't. So that way I know what you guys want to see. But we're gonna get on this thing. I've never ridden a KTM Husky gas 252 stroke. Never ridden one. So we're gonna see. As you know, I'll leave a card right here. I've got my 2004 RM250 that I just rebuilt for the YouTube, and that thing is awesome. I love that thing. So we're gonna see how this stacks up to that. I will be doing a comparison for the two, comparing the two and see what I think about those, and we'll do that kind of a versus video on that here in a little bit. But so I'm just gonna be on the GoPro, and I'm gonna give you all the feedback and see what adjustments I make on this thing to make it as good as I can. Dude, I've dropped it so low.
It's weird, dude. I think you'd have it kind of figured out by like
You would think.
in the ballpark, you know?
At 128 PSI.
God, that's low, dude.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think I was always like 136, 138. Why don't you do the sag? Because you didn't mess with that.
We checked it earlier and then I lowered it a little bit more, but even if the sag was too high, that would be putting more weight on the front end, which would make that drop more, you'd think. Make the front end heavier.
Yeah.
So it's at 125
I think it's
now.
just where it rides.
It's got to go more. It's already short in suspension.
Yeah, I know, but I think it just rides lower in the stroke, so it probably just feels like crap everywhere. What do you think?
Dude, I have it down to 125.
No way.
And I still got 2 inches of travel left.
That just doesn't seem right.
No, and I've softened the clickers 4 clicks. I had this problem when I was on KTMs before. Like I've never understood these air forks. So I'm wondering, and if, dude, it's like blowing through the stroke. It's like riding like mid-stroke to lower all the way. So maybe if I added some air to give it more hold up and soften the clicker like crazy.
Yeah. Any better?
Do I have it at 125 PSI?
What?
That's what me and him were saying. Like, it's like blowing through the stroke, so it's a lot more comfortable on the hits, but every time I hit the brakes, I feel like the front end's dropping all the way to the tire. The fork is the problem, so I don't think trying to make the shock match the fork makes sense. A lot of riding on the TC250 today, and the bike is a lot of fun. The brakes are super good. Everybody knows KTM and Husky have great, the Brembo brakes. Everybody knows they're good. The bike is super fun to ride. When it was new, when I first got on it, the plastics were still like that new slick. Terrible. I got this Scotch Brite pad and some brake cleaner, and I scuffed up the plastics because I was sliding off the bike. It was like it was covered in SC1. I couldn't grip the bike. It was just crazy. But once I get the grip better, the bike is a lot better, easier to hang on to. I took the frame guards off the bike, and when I took the frame guards off, I felt like my feet sat more into like almost a pocket. I just felt like I had more control. My feet were able to grip the bike a little bit tighter with my ankles. The bike comes with the lower WP suspension stock, and I am not a fan of it. And the valving that this stuff comes with, not a fan of it. What I ended up coming to, and I weigh 165 pounds, I have the compression clicker on the fork all the way out to 35 clicks out, and for air pressure, I have 125 PSI in the air. I have 103 on sag in the rear. I softened the high-speed compression a quarter a turn, softened the low-speed compression 6 turns, and I slowed down the fork rebound 1 click, and that seemed to help the bike. I feel like if I could slow down the rebound 2 more clicks on the shock and really dial it in, but I feel like I got the suspension as good as they can get with stock settings. I think if it got revalved and everything, it'd be a lot better. But for me personally, if I were to take this bike racing, I would want to get the normal suspension, not the lowered stuff. I don't like that lowered stuff. It corners like a dream. The bike sits down, it plants, and you just right through the corners. I felt so good in the corners today. But with that, it's like the straight line over the jumps, everything else. I just feel like there wasn't enough there for me. On this bike, it has a map setting switch to map 1 and 2. Map 2 is the more aggressive. I wish I would have even known that. I went into the day not knowing it's 2-strokes. That's not normal for at least older 2-strokes. So I had to say on map 2 at the end of the day. Map 2 is, it's not a huge difference. Okay, so not everybody I think would get on this bike and be like, oh yeah, map 1 and 2. I don't think it's a big difference. But for me, it was in the sense of it just wakes up sooner in the bottom end. I came out of corners, I feel like it would just rev up faster. The RPMs would come up faster. It'd be smoother in that sense. Overall, I do like the bike. I do like it a lot. I can't wait to put more time on it. I'm gonna do more riding on it tomorrow. I'm gonna get another video out for you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna do a lap time comparison on this versus my KX450. I have a 22 model KX450 that's in my van right now. And I'm gonna do a comparison on that and see comfort-wise, give you all some comparisons on frames and different things. Steel frame versus aluminum frame, 250 versus 450. And this is my bike that I was racing in the Nationals. So see which one I end up actually being more comfortable on. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. So go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment if there's anything you wanna see. Do you have recommendations on this thing for what's better for suspension settings or anything else, or what parts are good to run the thing, what kind of exhaust, reed valve, everything else? What do y'all think is the way to go for this bike? But leave a comment down below, tell your friends, notification bell, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys on the next ones. Peace.